The charge per unit length of the four quadrants are 2 lambda, minus 2 lambda, lambda and minus lambda. The electric field at the center part will be equal to. Before solving all the four parts, let me take only one part from the consideration. Let this be the part that I want to find out, and let the radius over here be equal to r. We have to find out the electric field. Okay, let me take a small section dq in a small length dl. Okay, and let it make an angle theta with the negative x-axis. Okay, let it make an angle theta with the negative x-axis. Okay, so we have to find out its horizontal and vertical component. Let the electric field be in this direction. Okay, the electric field will be in this direction, making an angle theta. Okay, E. This small electric field, there will be a small electric field created over here. This small electric field will be equal to K. Okay, which we will substitute later. Q divided by r square. Okay, into dq divided by r square. Okay, now its horizontal component over here will be equal to de cos theta, and the vertical component over here will be equal to de sin theta. So its component along the x direction, dex, let me write this as dex, will be equal to k dq divided by r square into cos theta. And similarly over here it will be equal to dey will be equal to k dq by r square into sin theta. Both of them will come out to be same when I integrate this part. Okay, so let me concentrate only on the first part. Okay, let me concentrate only on the x direction. Okay, the y direction will come out to be same in terms of magnitude. Okay, now dq can be written as, over here dq can be written as lambda is now over here if I consider, it will be equal to 2 lambda divided by the charge per unit length is equal to, let me for the time being consider 2 lambda is equal to dq divided by dl. So dq can be written as 2 lambda into dl. Okay, it will be equal to 2 lambda into dl. Okay, now what is the cos component over here? Okay, what is the cos component over here? Okay, the cos component is equal to adjacent upon hypotenuse. Okay, so I can integrate this part as dq by dl. Okay, if I want to write dl, okay, if I want to integrate this part, now this part can be written as k into 2 lambda, okay, divided by r square into, instead of dq it is written as 2 lambda into dl into cos theta. Okay, the cos theta over here will be equal to, the cos is this component. Okay, so cos theta is written as, now this this theta over here can be written as, this theta over here can be written as in terms of theta. This is over here equal to r. Okay, so it will be equal to adjacent upon hypotenuse. So over here I can say that the cos component will be equal to, the cos theta over here will be equal to x divided by the cos component over here is equal to, let this distance be equal to x divided by r. Okay, so when I substitute the same value over here, okay, it is written as k, or we can simply substitute as, instead of taking cos component, we can simply substitute dl as, the small length is equal to r d theta. Okay, when I substitute it as r d theta, it will be equal to, when I substitute dl as r d theta, okay, it will be equal to over here, it will be equal to into cos theta. Now I can integrate this part easily. Okay, it will be equal to, if I solve this part further, it will be equal to 2k lambda divided by r cos theta into d theta. Okay, now this is the small field across x. So if I want to find out the entire field across x, okay, we have to integrate this small field. Okay, which will come out to be 2k by lambda by r will be constant, cos theta, the integration will be equal to sin theta, and we are integrating it from 0 to pi by 2. When I substitute the value, we will get the answer as 2k lambda divided by r into sin theta over here is equal to 1. Okay, sin theta over here is equal to 1. Now we got it along x direction. Along the y direction will also remain same. Okay, so y direction also it will remain same, 2k by lambda into r. Okay, if I integrate this part only, instead of sin theta there will be cos theta. So the total electric field will be equal to root of ex square, or let me find out in terms of ex and ey. Okay, So due to the x component, we will integrate that part later. So due to the x component, there is a x component. Let me write down this as E1 of the first part. This is the first part, okay, E1, and let this be equal to E2, okay, whose coordinate, whose value will be equal to, whose magnitude will remain same, okay. So this is equal to E1 and E1. Similarly, now this is for a negative charge, okay. So for a negative charge, they both of them will act in opposite direction. For negative charge, both of them will act in opposite direction. That is, over here there will be E1, okay, and in this direction also there will be E1. Let this be the first part. The second part will also give me the same answer, because over here it is equal to 2 lambda, okay. So there will be E1 magnitude will remain same. So let me write this as E1 in the bottom direction, and due to this part it will act in this direction, which is equal to E1 again over here, okay. In this direction also there will be a E1 acting in this direction, okay. Due to positive lambda, okay, due to the third part, due to the third cross section, there will be E1 divided by 2. Why is there E1 divided by 2? Because you can see that the charge per unit length over here is equal to half, okay. So it is equal to E1 by 2 in this direction, and in this direction it will be equal to E1 divided by 2. And similarly, due to the negative charge, in this direction there will be E1 divided by 2, and in the bottommost direction there is equal to E1 divided by 2. So let me calculate these values, okay. Let me calculate these values, okay. If you calculate this value carefully, over here carefully, then over here if you calculate this value carefully, okay, so what will happen is, if I calculate this value carefully, E1 by 2 and E1 will give me the answer as 3E1 by 2, which will cancel out E1 and E1 by 2 over here, okay. Both these terms are getting cancelled out by this, okay. And in the y-axis, so there will be no electric field. So in the z-axis, in the x-axis over here, there is E1 and E1 in this direction. So the resultant electric field will only be in the x-axis, which is equal to negative 2 E1. Why I am writing it as negative 2? Because since it is in the negative x-axis, okay, and in the positive it is equal to E1 by 2 plus E1 by 2, which is equal to E1. So it is equal to E1. So basically it will give me the answer as, this is positive E1. So basically it will give me the answer as negative E1, okay. Now E1 over here is equal to E1 over here, that is we have already calculated, it is equal to 2k lambda divided by r. So let me substitute the value 2k lambda divided by r, okay, in the negative x-axis, okay. It will be in the negative x-axis, which is equal to negative 2 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught lambda divided by r. So 2 and this will be equal to 2. It will be equal to minus lambda divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into r, which is equal to, since it is in the negative x-axis, it is equal to option number A.